when I had Asia here, yeah, it was like basically, why this shit's not going live on what's the name?
It's showing live right here.
Well, I'm talking about Instagram. On Instagram, it's not.
Oh, okay.
The hell's going on? Oh, there it goes. Bam! We in the house.
We here. Let's go.
They're in there. Basically, oh shit. Why this shit's not going live on what's? I wonder, like, hey, go to your Instagram and go to SJ Fuel and make sure and see that I'm actually on there live too as well. What's up, anybody that's just popping in? We about to get it started in a minute. Just want to make sure, give y'all some time. We try to give y'all a little time. Welcome to Reasons on Fired Up Thursdays, y'all. You see it, Woody?
No, I mean no. No, I mean no.
SJ Fuel under my account.
Yeah, Fuel at SJ Fuel 06.
Yeah. You don't see the live?
I do not see a live.
Push up in the top. Look up your thing in the top.
Oh, hold on.
Man, I gotta teach you how to work Facebook.
Yeah, man. The only thing I see live is the shade room.
What the hell? It's showing live right now. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my bad. It's not. It's just showing up here right now.
You talking crap about me?
All right, there you go. I'm glad I had you do that because I would have thought that we were there.
There we go. Now it's showing live. SJ Fuel.
Got you. But see if you can turn it up though. See if you can hear me while I'm talking too. That's what I want to make sure because I got it on mute on this side. So I want to make sure everything's culture for our peoples when they come in. What they got? Can you hear? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, cool. All right, I just want to make sure on this end. All right.
Yeah.
All right, people. So we in here. You guys that's checking us out on live on Instagram, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. we everywhere, baby. And we about to get this show started in a second.
Good, Moms and Marlon, welcome y'all.
In the house. Mom, what's good? Hey, man, I'll need to say, I know I heard about, Fat Boy's brother, you guys had, just passed away. So that's one reason why he won't be joining us today. But our condolences go out to moms and your family. Hope everything, goes well. It's kind of really hard sometimes, when it comes to someone passing that it's hard to find the right words to say. You know what I mean? And I've had that, several times with family and friends and stuff like that that's passed away. It's just hard to come up with the right words. But, my feelings, my prayers are with you. Us here at the show is also with you guys. Of course, Fat Boy, man, anytime we need to talk or whatever, hit us up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think you may be coming in the show. What's up? Marlon's in the house. We appreciate you tapping in. We got a lot going on, man. We got a pretty good show coming up, man. If you guys are on Facebook, if you guys are on Instagram or on YouTube, just join us. Just go ahead and join us and join in on the conversation. We got, as y'all see what the title is modern dating trend, the new not modern dating trend when it comes to technology and apps and dating now. We're going to be talking about that. You know what I mean? But hey, you ready? You ready, Woody, man? We ready to get this started?
Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's go, baby.
Just forget the parade and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We say no.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, If they're talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason.
Peace. I love y'all. The reasons that we're here.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Reasons on Fire Up Thursdays, y'all. It's your boy Fuel in the house.
Black Live in the place to be. Let's go.
And if y'all haven't noticed, if y'all haven't seen, y'all see Fat Boy isn't with us right now because got some family situations going on. But you all, he's with us in spirit, of course. You know what I mean? Man, we got a lot going on. Appreciate you guys and the prayers. Yes, moms. Yes. Absolutely. But we got a nice little lineup, man, for today, dog. We're gonna be talking about. I guess I need to see the lineup. Providing discipline as a parent and the impact it has on a child's life.
Uh-oh, Fuel, you froze. You still there, bro? All right, looks like we lost Fuel. We gotta wait to get him back. But yes, Mom, all the prayers are going out to you, and you know, we know it's a difficult time, but just know that we are here, and we definitely wish y'all nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. Like I said, Fuel right now is going through a few technical issues. I don't know what he got going on, but hopefully he'll be able to join us back here in a minute. Part of it is modern dating trends about technology. That's what we're going to talk about. And we're also going to talk about disciplined kids in today's society. That one is definitely going to be a topic that may raise a lot of temperatures, may raise some things, because I've always said that today's times are different than they were before. While we wait on Fuel, one of the things that we've had Fuel said that deaths and things come in threes, and I'm going to say it's more than threes. We've had a lot of good people that we've known pass away. One in particular that is close to all of us is John Amos, and the thing that I'm just talking about with him is John Amos passed away, and apparently he passed away a couple weeks ago. And those who are not familiar with John Amos, he was the dad from Good Times, and Mr. McDowell from Coming to America. Another reason that I really love him is he was a hardcore Chiefs fan, as am I, and he's been that way for a while. But yes, he passed away, and apparently the son didn't even tell the siblings about him passing away. And to me, that's something that really probably needs to be looked into. You know what I'm talking about, Phil? Can you hear me, Phil? Phil, can you hear me? But yeah, so everybody's mourning the passing of John Amos, who also played the older Kunta Kinte in Roots. But as we said, can't hear you, Phil. Still nothing. But anyway, yeah, that's something that needs to be looked into, because I said no one knew that he had passed away, and he passed away weeks ago. But my condolences go out to his entire family, and he was an inspiration. He was probably one of the first examples of a black dad that most of us saw on TV. And he was the example, and as a strong man who could also be a little sensitive, and was okay showing his feelings. Marlon, you're right. Most of his kids, his daughter found out the same day that they publicized it out. His one son, that was basically his caregiver, he had passed away and had him cremated already. And so basically nobody knew about it. And most of his kids found out the same way that the rest of the world did on social media about 2.5, 3 weeks after he had passed away. And you know, definitely in today's society, that needs to be checked out. Jill, she said somebody needs to check out that will situation. Is his son trying to hide the will? That may be a possibility. That's something I really haven't looked into. But they also need to look at, there possibly could have been some suspicious things, you know, connected to his death. So that again is something that needs to be checked out.
Sorry about you guys, the delay. I mean, on my end.
I can hear you now, Phil. Wow.
I know, dude. The power went out for some reason. For some reason, in this area of this room, the power went out. I hope it don't happen again, man. It's weird. It's like nothing goes out until we start the show. Everything is good all the way up until the show. What's up with that? Is that a sign or what? What the hell's
I don't know. But I've been feeling time for us, man. And what I talked about John Amos and his passing, and the suspiciousness of him passing away 2 weeks ago, and people not finding out until a couple days ago.
Mr. B, how to work your headphones and mics? I know how to work it. It's a glitch. It's a glitch. Jill says suspect. Exactly.
Yeah, she's talking about the John Amos situation. It's very sus.
Oh yeah. Which I believe it. I'm definitely know it is. Yes. So back to the program.
Okay. now that the filler is done, I try to fill as best I can. Let's go.
Hey, good job, dog. Good job. Because continue just in case it happen again.
I got to keep it going, man. Got to keep it going.
Discipline as a parent and the impact it has on a child's life.
Let me address this real quick, Mom. About when Mom just put a comment up. She said, "That's crazy. His son cremated him before telling the world he was deceased. I guess he couldn't hide it no more, which means they needed to address. It could be, I'm pretty sure you mean foul play." Mom, I totally agree. I say the same thing. The one son that had conservatorship over him, like took him to a different country and like held him away from his other kids. And that, yeah, it's some stuff going on, but you know, he had him cremated. So I don't know what they can do to try to figure that out.
There's something else. There could be something else to it too, though, as well. Because you just don't know what was going on with the family beforehand to just have him to have the only yes, exactly. You know what I mean? So something could have been going on before because I remember that is it his brother or his
son? His one son was a conservator.
Son, yeah.
He has a daughter, and like I guess the daughter they like cut her out, like they like the son like wouldn't let the daughter like see him and come around and nothing like that. And so that was a part of the issue they were having.
Yeah. So, but like I said, there was a family thing going on because I remember always seeing the son with him a while back. All the time, it was the son, just the one, even taking him around or whatever. Even when you see videos and stuff like that, it was just the son there. So something was going on with family-wise, and then the fact that he didn't tell them or whatever, or it didn't come out until like it could have been a request of his. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a request of him, whatever that they discussed. You know what I'm saying, of his passing and what he wanted or whatever when he passed. You know what I mean? Because he know he's going to get a lot of lashback as to, you know, especially if it got something to do with money, property, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was going to come back or whatever. And just because people are families, then everybody, you know, wants to grab. Everybody wants to, you know, want a piece of whatever he may have left or whatever. You know what I mean? So
exactly. But my thing is why not just bring him back to the States and get an autopsy done? Thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. Why not get an autopsy done? Why did he rush to get him cremated? That in itself is very suspect. And I understand that it may have been what he wanted, but the same thing comes down to, okay, you could have cremated him after an autopsy. You know what I'm saying?
But I thought they already knew what the illness was, though.
I mean, he was older. They see that's the gray area. Nobody really knows. They just know that he passed. They don't know like what happened or exactly how, because he had him cremated. Yeah, he was diagnosed with, like Marshall says, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. TMZ had him on. Harvey Levin on TMZ had siblings and granddaughter on about an hour ago. But yeah, they knew that he had Alzheimer's, but still at the same time, why would you wait? Why would you have the family find out through the media?
Well, like I said, it was already obviously had to be some kind of family drama though, because obviously, you know what I'm saying, if the son was the only one taking care of him, the son was always the one around, at least from what we were seeing up social media up until his last days or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's all we basically seen. So now everybody's like having, oh, it must be something that he did. Of course, that's the drama that's going to come with it, which they knew was going to come or whatever, because he's the only one taking care of him. So they knew.
But if you got somebody that has Alzheimer's, right?
Yeah, but yeah,
you can wait a minute, but you can easily alienate them from the other kids or from the other part of the family. You see what I'm saying? He may not have done that, but there's a possibility that he could have done that.
So you're saying that there is a possibility that the son could have been on some, you know, it's all about me, I'm gonna get everything or whatever when he passed, and just kind of put him to the side. But no, but why wouldn't that, if that was the case, it should have been an argument before that. It should have been
they have been arguing about that. Like you said, there was a lot of family drama around that, because his other kids and his family, they were trying to see him, and the son just took him to another country where he died.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, Marshall, let us know what you got from the family or whatever from watching it. Like you said, if it was on the hour ago.
Yeah, what's your word, Marshall? Because like I say, it could be. Look, like they said, there's a truth, the lie, and the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the fact remains that, you know, the son took him out of the country. He died out of the country 2 weeks ago, and then we just found out that he died a couple of days ago, and he already had him cremated. Right.
Which I get that. Yeah, I get that. It does bring up some little, you know, questionable things or whatever the case may be. But we, like I said, too, I mean, I still agree that we don't really know exactly what happened.
We'll never know.
No, we'll never know. Not right on. You know, yeah. But that's the whole thing. That's just like with Michael Jackson's family. You know what I'm saying? It was like things that went on with their families or whatever that we didn't know, that was, you know, as to who was going to own the estate, all that type of stuff, whatever, you know. It's so, you know, but it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. All right. We'll try this again.
All right. Let's keep it moving. Let's go.
All right. Providing, last week we kind of talked about we touched on discipline someone else's kid in a relationship, and how it can be wrong or right or wrong, right? But this time I just want to continue just the part of this or whatever, by providing discipline as a parent and the impact it has on a child. Providing discipline as a parent and the impact it has on a child. I had a video. I don't know, because of the power that went off. The power went off, so I had everything set. It's kind of like, first I had everything really prepared and was ready to go, like clockwork. But anywho, but from the video, you know, the guys was talking about how the parents are, you know, what the kids see. You know, you get a lot of parents these days now that wants to be their kid's friend. You know what I'm saying? That wants to, you know, just be loving and not you know, not really disciplined or whatever up to an age. And then when the kid get to a certain age, they disrespecting you because now they feel like they are equal to you. You know, so my question is to you guys too. You know what I'm saying? What is a correct way to you as to how to raise a kid from the very beginning? How to learn, how do you separate that from the very beginning?
That's a very good question, and one that a lot of people have to deal with. because, as you know, when we were growing up, bro, we had to go out front and get that switch off that bush out in front of mama house. As I go out there and pick a switch.
Yes.
And you better not bring me no crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
you better bring that green switch, not the brown.
Exactly. Yep.
The green was that's new and hard.
It better have some green on it. It better not be nowhere near dead or nothing like that.
We said better have some flex to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately because that's wrong. Mm-hmm. We progressed to the point to where you can't do that, or to me you shouldn't do that now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and so sometimes people kind of associate being a friend with just being an understanding parent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There is a difference. You're not trying to be their friend, but you're trying to talk to them not in an almost adult-like way, which sometimes works, sometimes don't. But the point is, there has to be new ways to discipline kids.
Right.
And there are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can do it without being a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to give you an example right now. So my son, our son, he's 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
He graduated high school, and all of a sudden, he decided, hey, I ain't got to listen to you. I'm going to do whatever I want.
Right.
You feel me? Now, there are other ways to deal with that. So the number one thing I did, hey, you're not going to be driving my car while you disrespecting me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's levels. So my first level was, hey, you're not going to be driving my car and disrespect me.
Exactly.
That ain't happening. Level 2. Dude think he gonna sit up in his room and play Xbox and PlayStation and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I went on my router and blocked every single thing that he had in that room.
Oh shit.
Yeah, boy. It took a minute. I had to go on stages with him.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying? There are ways to do it without beating the kid.
Yes.
So and then step 3, which was what got the most reaction. That cell phone line got blocked, and I suspended his cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happened, bruh snapped too. Mm-hmm. He was washing clothes and cleaning his room and doing all the stuff that I asked him to do.
Would you agree or not agree? What's up, Nigel? I see you on Instagram, man. Appreciate you tapping in, dude, Nigel. Hey, so would you agree or disagree? Because times is different right now, and being that you may be old school, would you agree with someone doing the old school ways or doing like what you did, basically because you know what's going to hurt them the most? Would you use the technology, the phones and stuff like that or whatever, as opposed to using a switch or a belt?
That's a tough question. I have to say I've changed over time. Mm-hmm. Because as I've learned better, I do better. Mm-hmm. So like my younger kids, I spanked them. But the one thing that I never did, or I tried never to do, is I never spanked them when I was angry. Mm. You know what I'm saying?
But when you know they did something bad, ain't you angry that they did it?
I'm angry, but I don't spank them right then.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I send them to their room. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Not only to give them time to think about what they did, but to give me time. Because a lot of times when parents spank kids when they're angry, mm-hmm. they tend to go a little overboard. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I always try to never spank my children when I was angry.
Got you.
So then they understood that the spanking was a punishment, not just because I was mad. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because there are kids that just associated that, oh man, she just mad. Then you just gonna beat the brakes off their ass. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Nah, man, you have to like just let it chill. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully your kids will understand that when I'm spanking you to teach you a lesson. I'm not spanking you just because I'm mad.
Okay, I get you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Okay, I finally got my stuff pulled up too on this. And let me think and get you guys' perspective on this. And the funny thing is, it's funny thing on this video because it's white guys. I don't know. They kind of, I don't know. I'll let y'all check it out. I'll just.
Okay. Let's go.
It make a difference, but I'm gonna show y'all anyway. Exactly what they were talking about. Hold on, just a second.
Turn the volume up. No volume, Q.
Oh, damn it. It's always something, man. No volume?
First of all, I don't like their video because you got Charlie Kirk in it.
I
don't F with Charlie Kirk.
Oh, no stuff?
Nah, man.
I don't know who
man, nah, Charlie Kirk is a known WS.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's gonna be a known bullshit right now because I can't get
the
yeah. All right, well, back to it until I get some sound.
Yeah.
All right.
So Marlon says my parents were the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And Marlon, are you talking about that they never spanked you when they were angry, or they just like took things away from you? And my wife made an interesting point. Jill, it says it shows you care when you discipline. Discipline means to teach them not to hurt.
Well, what did she say?
She said, I have to say I've had the opportunity to raise or help raise many different children from very different backgrounds. And the one truth I know is that discipline makes them feel loved and secure.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is correct, but it's the type of discipline that you give them.
Yeah. Long term wise, just like when we was raised, I mean, we were disciplined very, rough and hard when we was younger.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We were really disciplined, like, but of course, the average person of today would not agree to. You know what I'm saying? But
somebody will be going to CPS.
Yeah. But we turned out all right. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? I think our lives are better. Our lives are a little bit, on track because of that type of discipline that we got at the time. So, I mean, that's my opinion, but hey, that's just my opinion.
No, like I said, look, we grew up in a different time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The technology and stuff out there that exists now didn't exist then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like when we, when we got spanked, we knew that we had messed up. We knew we did something wrong and we was finna get it.
Mm-hmm. What, Marshall, what are you talking about? Just think you could be my daddy-in-law. What the hell? Marshall's stupid, man. Marshall's stupid. My parents were the same way. That's what Marlon said. Yeah. He said, man, I hated hearing this hurts me more than this hurts you. Oh, yeah. Told my parents miss me with all.
And that would have got you a pop in the mouth.
Right.
You'd have got slapped in the lips.
But that is what they used to say, right?
Oh, most definitely.
This is gonna hurt me more than it hurt you, boy.
Yeah, I never said that BS because I'm like, nah, it ain't. It's gonna hurt you.
My aunt, you know for sure. Pam, yep, Pam. Hey, my aunt loved whooping. She didn't like it. Didn't hurt her not a bit. She's laughing while she's whooping us. She laughs after the reactions. Like, you know how when she just going like this and you jump and she starts laughing at you and she'll tease you with it. She'll tease you with it for a long time before she actually hit you and shit, right?
And it's funny that I knew who you was talking about before you even said it. I knew who the heck it was. It was Pam.
We should have called her the switch lady when we was little because she was the one.
Yeah, when mama got a little older, she was like, nah, Pam, you take over. And I was like,
Exactly. Read that one?
Yeah, first there's love, rearing, and boundaries. You can still have a certain relationship with your children, mirror a friendship that may manifest when they become adults, but discipline and correction. Mom, you are absolutely right. And that's the way that I try to look at it. But everybody want to come up with this, oh, you want to be their friend. No, it's not. It's not that you want to be their friend. It's that you want them to not fear you. You know what I mean? You want if you just beat the brakes off of them all the time, they're never gonna want to come and talk to you. Do you know what I'm saying?
But don't a part of parenting you want them to have some sort of fear to be disciplined or to because like I can just say when I was the fear I would put in my kids was just the look. You know what I mean? But I still had conversations with them, and I still had good, and of course, still have a good relationship with them. But they know if I look at them a certain way, you about to either get it, you know what I'm saying? Something's about to happen.
Because you establish those boundaries early. When you like when they're young and you establish those boundaries that hey, hey, we can play and we can have fun, but look, if I'm coming at you like this, it's action time.
Right.
You need to figure it out. But once again, it's like I tell people all the time, and my wife, this is one of my favorite things that I kind of tell my wife all the time. What's messed up is that you have to have a license to drive a car, but you don't have to have a license to mess up somebody's life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right,
anybody can be out here and procreate and make a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're not required to have any education or anything, but so you can mess up somebody's life, and a lot of these kids out here that are messed up today are messed up because of that.
Exactly. That's true. Oh, Heather's in the house. I see you, Heather. Thanks for joining us. Let's get in there. They did both never spank me when they're angry and made sure to explain why they disciplined me.
Exactly, Marvin. That's the point. You don't have to act like you're their friend, but if you explain to them the reasons why they're getting in trouble, they'll respect it more and build a healthy fear of it without just running around the house like, oh, you're gonna hit me. You don't need that. I don't think you need that.
Yeah. For you guys that's just joining in, make sure you guys are sharing this on YouTube and sharing it on your pages and stuff like that or whatever. Thanks, Marshall, man. Golden rules. Who has the gold makes the rules. I don't know.
That is correct, Marshall. That's why when I took that car and I took that cell phone and I took that Xbox, I took that PlayStation, my guy hopped too. He cleaned his room, he was doing his laundry, he was doing everything I told him to do.
Oh, what'd you say, Heather?
She said, I parent at the age bracket, preteen, teen, young adult. That's exactly what we're talking about, Heather, that when you're young, if when you're in the age bracket to where you're young and you establish those boundaries and then you just kind of expand them as they get older, it's not a matter of you acting like their friend. It's a matter of you adjusting the discipline based on their age bracket.
Yeah, so Heather, I think would be a really good example of raising a kid in a relationship, with someone else's, because I remember she raised her husband's daughter, which I think she did a great job with. Their relationship seems pretty good and solid and everything for what I've seen. But that's a good example, like Heather, like how did you discipline? Like, because I'm sure that at some point in time, that you probably had to talk to her, you had to, straighten her out at some point, you know what I mean? Because I think every kid going to try it, regardless, especially if it's the ex or whatever. Let me know how that went, Heather. How'd that go for you? Because I know that oh, well, you already said. Yeah, go to that one. All right, go ahead.
So it says, agree, my daughter knows the line. You do not raise your voice at me. You do not talk to me disrespectful, and I am not your friend. I'm your mother and will be in a nursing home and long after I am gone.
You're right. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. And then my wife put up there, I completely agree. When kids are little, mom and dad should not be their friend. That's okay when they're in their 20s or 30s. Right. And so like when I went through what
I disagree. It's not okay when you're in 20s, 30s, because my daughter and my son are they're in their 20s, but you better not come disrespect me still. I don't care.
No, she's not talking about disrespectful. No.
No.
She's just talking about it. it moves closer to a friendship the older they get. But they're still not going to disrespect you.
Right.
You know that, and just like the example I gave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right after I cut off that cell phone, which was the last step, he came downstairs and because he felt like he could just text me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? From in the same house, he could just text me.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he couldn't text me, he came downstairs and we had to talk face to face.
Right.
And we had to talk man to man. And I just explained to him. I said, sir, we have done everything for you. And for you to disrespect our home and disrespect us the way that you did, I want you to understand why I had to go through what I went through to get you to this point. You should don't ever disrespect us like this again.
Exactly.
And since that point, we haven't had an issue. Mm-hmm. Because these kids think they can text you all over the place. And I'm like, nah, no, you need to come talk to me face to face.
I like Mom's just said, like you said, Black Lift, when my children were young, I was strong disciplinarian. But after learning new methods by using grounding and taking things they enjoyed or shutting down their social life. Mm-hmm.
Mom, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And what's messed up about it is that my older kids, so I have, my older kids are in their 30s, mm-hmm. 34, 35, 36. And then I got this 18-year-old, and they be looking at me sometime like, man, how you let this fool get away with all this and this and this and this and that when you used to beat the brakes off us,
right?
And all this other stuff. And I explained to them, it's not that that it's different, but when you're young and in parenting, that's all you know. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And when you learn, like I said, we as human beings, when you learn more and when you learn better, you do better.
Right.
You learn that there are other ways to accomplish the same thing without resorting to physical violence or anything like that.
Exactly.
And so that's what we have to do as a society. Right now, child abuse is still at like one of the all-time highs, man. It's kids out here that are getting abused. Mm-hmm. And people need to understand that you can discipline your child without abusing them.
Mm-hmm. True. All right, well, let's get through these comments because then we gotta go to this next. Woo, everybody talking. Everybody talking.
That's good though. That's good. We need them.
Everybody talking. That's what's up. Blocking my phone, not being able to talk to the ladies at school hurt me more than anything. So I tightened up. My dad was in military for 20 years, so he had patience and was willing to teach me. Yeah, a lot of militant families or militant parents have that patience. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have. I don't think I had patience because I never served under anybody because I was always a what do you call it? A loner, I guess. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like as you remember, I wouldn't join all TC. I never joined, a sorority in school and nothing like that. I just don't. I didn't ever believe in that type of discipline or whatever to me. But I respect it and I seen it and I basically learned from it. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't want to be a part of it, I guess. Mm-hmm. But militant parents, yes, definitely do have patience. As you can see, that's what Woody is now. So that's saying Woody. Black Lift is now. So
U.S. Army, that's it. 13 years. Yep.
He said, "Why you sound like his pops?" When I was
Probably because I was in the Army for a long time, Marlon. That's why I did 13 years.
Yeah. And if kids don't love respect, they will be the way less likely to listen to you. They would, but yes, they would be less likely to listen to you. Exactly. What Heather say?
My daughter and I have a wonderful relationship. Everything is conversation. I never had to take anything away from her because once we discussed it, it never happened again. Mm-hmm. So my daughter Katie, from Jill's original first marriage, is that kind of. She was that kind of person when she was a kid. Mm-hmm. She was a rule follower. If it was a rule, she wouldn't break it. If somebody said this is a rule, she stuck by the rules.
Yeah.
Everybody's not like that, but he was.
Yeah.
He said no.
No. Hey, Heather, I haven't seen Heather in a while, in a long time. She's in Heather, you in Kansas? No, you're in St. Louis still. Where are you at now?
Man,
But
you trying to give away people's locations.
no, man. Heather was almost my sister-in-law, dude. She was almost sister-in-law. I used to date her sister. We're still cool. We still cool. You know what I mean? That's one thing that I love about their family or whatever, you know what I mean? Because of the bond that they have. And how I've seen in the future, although I just mostly social media stuff, I've seen how she's raised, her daughter, you know what I mean? And and she seems very respectful, very focused on her future and what she's trying to, do and accomplish in life. Her and her sister as well, who I dated, Melanie. Ooh, was I supposed to say that name? I don't know.
Man, look, you working for the feds, man. You working for the people.
I'm telling that conversation. I'm getting too deep now. But
you done gone full Diddy, bro. I'm gonna need you to stop.
Don't go, no Diddy, dog, no Diddy.
Ain't no snitching.
Ain't no Diddy up in this piece. But anyway, no, I'm just saying. I said that in regards to great respect to them and how they raise their kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. That's what's up. What we got? Marshall boy. Oh, are you in St. Louis now? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're still in St. Louis. Okay. Fuel sorority. Did you do something you didn't tell us?
No, he just misspoke. He meant frat.
Did I say that's what I said?
No, you said sorority, bro, but it's okay.
Did I say?
Yeah, sorority, but it's okay.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I knew what I meant. Her son is my nephew's son. Exactly. Yeah, you just to get on E2. I understand. I know. But let's get into this next one, man. How technology and apps are defining dating. This is the modern dating trend, basically. So, how technology and apps are defining dating.
You already know, Phil. I met my wife on Tinder.
Well, that's a good topic because you was experienced in it. You know what I mean? I've experienced in it. I haven't got a wife, and there's a reason why. And we're two different people, of course. You know what I mean? There's certain things that people look for when we are when dating on the app, but there's also I want to say too much.
Explain.
Yeah, it's because mostly everybody on those apps says the same thing, right? And people copy off of what other people are saying. They look at it how to write an app or whatever, or how to describe or for their description and all that type of stuff or whatever in these apps, and they mostly all say the same, but they are not really truly looking for the same thing. You know what I mean?
Right. I agree.
So the technology is more so manipulating as to who and how or what we should be. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like, okay, let's say for instance, you get a lot of people, I'm looking for a serious relationship, blah, 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 this and that or whatever. I'm, what's the word? Monogamous. They'll say they hold, sexual whatever thing or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Or they'll say, no catfish, no blah, blah, or whatever. So they all say most of the same thing. Mm-hmm. But we're manipulated into saying the same thing because we think that's what everybody else here, or that's the right thing because of what the technology has taught us to basically do, which I don't like or agree to, because I feel like, that if I'm going to be true to you, and I'm going to be true, I'm gonna see it in the app.
Right.
Okay. So that's why I'm trying to like get an example from others or whatever as to when you're on these apps, and they're saying the same thing. How do you know that these people are true to what they say.
You don't.
As right.
Straight up, you don't. But here's what I'm gonna say. So I met my wife on a dating app in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And so back then, I think that the apps were a little bit more straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
I think as it has progressed, there have been more, like, part of the technology that we have is that people can Google an article. So you can Google an article that'll tell you what to put in your profile, how to get the most hits on a dating app.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It will literally tell you step by step what lies to tell to get picked on a dating app. So that's more so now than it was then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But that's just part of technology. The more people learn about how to manipulate something, the more they're going to do it. The more articles that are going to be out there about it, the more they're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things is that you have to, even with dating apps, right?
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you have to get off the app.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You gotta meet in person.
Well, right.
You can't. A lot of people will stay on the app for weeks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like texting back and forth with people, like dudes or women or whatnot, and then not want to meet in person.
Right.
To me, to me, when I was doing on the app, and my wife can like attest to this, I only like chatted with her for maybe a couple of days
Mm-hmm.
before I wanted to like meet her in person.
Okay.
And we chose a neutral location. We went to a Starbucks.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Out in the public.
That's another thing. The whole thing of the app is tell you to meet at a Starbucks, meet at a
public place,
coffee
out in the open. Yeah.
And stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So basically, you are being controlled by technology when it comes to that, right? Because that's basically what it's told or whatever, you know.
You're not being controlled by it.
Although it's safe and it's good and it's something good. Not saying that it's something bad, but I'm just saying basically we do use technology now as a crutch, as a strengthening for dating.
As a tool.
As a tool.
We use our technology as a tool. Mm-hmm. Just like we're using this computer, we're using these computers to do what we do right now. Mm-hmm. Because that's technology. Mm-hmm. You know, years ago we wouldn't be doing this, we wouldn't be doing this little chat.
Exactly.
So technology is the reason why we drive cars and don't, time moves and we ain't in horse and buggy.
So basically, are you saying that the technology is a good thing?
Yes, it is. It's a good thing, but just like with anything else, a good thing can be used for evil. Mm-hmm. And there are people that have killed people, from Tinder. There have been like the Tinder killer in different states and
right.
All kinds of crazy stuff. But most of that comes down to them not following the standard rules and not doing what you should do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Heather says in a lot of ways, I know a few people who have done it and it was great and others not so great. That's the way it's going to be with everything. Yeah. Some people going to be good at it. Some people going to be bad. It's going to be cool. It's not going to be cool.
Be bad at it because
it's not that I don't.
I don't think you can be actually bad at it. It's just that it's hard to find somebody that's actually truly gets who you are and what you're about. Because everybody has their own idea of what they want. And how and ladies don't get upset. Don't come at me, but you can. I don't care. I got it.
Go ahead.
But sometimes it can be manipulative. What some women wants to say what they or say that they're okay with something because they feel that they can change you or make you do what they want as a way. You know what I'm saying? So, for instance, and I'm gonna put it out there. It was a long distance relationship or whatever. You know, my situation. You know, had a situation with my car, this and that, or whatever. Couldn't come out, or whatever the case may be, or see that person as often as I wanted to. You know, and because of my work schedule and all that type of stuff, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it made it hard. You know. And at the beginning, you know, this person was more so like, you know, it's okay, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? But then yet, you know, as time goes on, it's kind of like, no, it ain't cool. Why you can't come see me? Why you can't do this? Why you can't do that? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I think, you know, it was kind of like maybe after, you know, we may have slept together or whatever, you know, they think then that, oh, well, you need to come to me now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so and without having the whole conversation as to, you know, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I know everything's going on with your car or whatever. So, you know, is it, you know, just it's cool if we don't, you know, see each other just when you get it together or when we get it together or whatever the case may be. Let's, you know, continue this or, you know, have the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but when you have this whole ignoring thing and then playing like it's okay, as opposed to, you know, we having how you ignored conversation, you know, it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on the relationship because now I'm frustrated because we're not even talking about it, you know. And this is the thing, and I asked this, I was like, hey, you know, where do you see us in 6 months? And if you tell me, you know, it's too soon to talk about it, I got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I got a problem because I'm trying to run the business. I'm trying to start, you know, I'm trying to do this broadcast. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. You know where I'm doing. I'm telling you what I'm doing, but it's too soon to talk about what you're doing and what you want to do.
So let me ask you a question real quick about that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the number one con for long distance relationships, because the one thing that to me it has to get to the point where you are going to come out to be like, okay, you're trying to start this business, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. So 6 months from now, you are going to want her to move to you, or you going to move to her? That's why long distance relationships.
That's the conversation that we should be having.
Exactly.
But
once again, that's why I say when you're dealing with apps like that, you have to get off the app as soon as possible.
Yeah. When we were when we was that's what I'm saying. We weren't on the app. We were actually we met on the app. And
I know you met on the app, yeah.
And basically that's why I was making a point of how technology really manipulates you into saying the things that everybody else says, but you don't really mean that. Or you don't that's not really what you're looking for, you know. And Rhonda just came in. Dr. Rhonda Cotton is in with us, y'all. She just came in on the conversation right on time because, you know.
What is happening out here?
What's up? Oh, did I
give you Hey, you gotta move them titles or move her head up because you got her blocked.
I know, I see it.
Help him out, left.
All right.
Hold on, man. Hey, so Rhonda, I don't know, have you been listening so far?
No, I actually just came from my conference and I just walked in the house. I just caught you all, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay. So now that you know what we're talking about, what is your perspective on that, like the modern technology trend, dating trend?
It's a trickery. It is a trickery. I think what happens when we're doing with modern technology and you're talking about dating and people trying to meet, there are some things like, you know, you have eHarmony and all these other dating sites.
Right.
Then it's like every time you turn around, you wake up tomorrow, there's a new site. There's a new something else that's happening. And then when you have AI that you can put in the mix, it really can confuse people about what's really going on and who the person really is, because AI gives you one thing. Exactly. And the reality is something else. And then AI is so crafty that it matches everything you tell you like. Mm-hmm. It matches that to a T. Mm. So you don't even know if you're really getting the true person or a representative because of what they're putting in there. So you have to be very careful when you are on those sites. I don't think sites are good because you can't really understand what a person is really like.
I didn't think about the AI part.
So Dr. Cotton, that's why I said what I said. I met my wife on Tinder back in 2017. Okay. AI wasn't a thing.
So yeah,
no, that's what I said. So technology has advanced now to the point to where AI is truly devious.
Yeah.
And it can trick and it can do all this, it can do all that. So what I told Fuel is that, like, even when I was doing it, my thing was when I met my wife, we got, when I say we got off the app, mm-hmm. we met in person after a couple of days.
Okay.
Because what I wasn't going to do is just keep chatting back and forth or messaging back and forth mm-hmm. and not seeing what's real.
Right. And that's, I think back then, Tinder and stuff, you know, Tinder and Match.com, all of that is different because at the end of the day, you know, some of these, like some of the people that actually started their businesses to match people up with the right people, they had certain criteria, certain things that mm-hmm. they took, that they looked at to make sure that you were matching up with the right person. Mm-hmm. I think with AI, we can tell it anything we want to tell it. And if you're trying to get that kind of person, so if you want this person that looks a certain way, does this, or have a certain skill set as far as finances and all that, you tell AI that. It doesn't have a way of checking your background.
Right.
It's going off of what you're telling it. So then it matches you with what you're saying that is true to who you are. And then when people end up with somebody that's really not everything that they've said that they are, then people are, you know, going to have a hard time, because here now I'm being matched with somebody that is clearly not that person. And even, I mean, it's a very, you have to move in caution when you are dealing with dating apps. You know,
it is a very, very slippery slope.
It is.
And what it comes down to is, like, in most of these dating apps, and y'all might think I'm crazy or whatnot, but most women's biggest lie is their appearance. Because they all have the top down. Wait a minute, listen. They all have the top down titty shot.
Oh, hey,
you know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
I got
and men's biggest lie is their finances.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about.
The first thing I ain't gonna lie to you about is my finances on the damn app. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I need this, I need that, I'm letting you know.
When you say Fuel, you just gonna tell it straight out. This is what I need.
I'm just telling you, yeah, that top down titty shot is pretty much all you get.
Let me tell you what but this was before AI. And it was a very beautiful young lady. She was very beautiful, but she, you know, her pictures were from on top. Of course, I didn't know then, of course, but they was taking the pictures up top like this or whatever. And, you know, so you couldn't see the whole body, of course, you know, but to be honest with you, I was attracted to the face. I was actually attracted to the face. So I didn't think twice about what the pictures looked like or whatever, as far as how she was taking it. Now, we did meet up. We met up at a restaurant. I think I told that story a while back before, but we met up at a restaurant, and she was. I'm not. Don't get me.
She was a little wider than you thought.
It sounds like I'm body shaming or nothing like that.
You're not. You telling the truth. She was a little thicker than you thought.
She was a lot thicker than I thought. I'm just saying. She was a lot thicker than what I thought or whatever. So thick that I had to help her get on the stool at the bar. I was like helping her get up on the stool. Yeah, she was that. So, but but still, because of the fact that I was attracted to her face because she's a beautiful woman, and then her personality was great. Her personality was good. You know what I'm saying? I start ignoring how big she was. You know? And so even though we didn't actually end up in a relationship, we ended up still being real good friends, and we still good friends to this day.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell y'all where she lived because then she see this and then she probably get mad.
You're in trouble.
I'm in trouble.
You're in trouble.
So once again, you were a straight victim of what I just told you.
Exactly.
That's the way it was. The top down, cleavage shot that seems to be on every woman's profile.
Well, it ain't on mine. It ain't on mine, Liff. It ain't on mine.
Okay, that's good. That's good. But see, that's the thing. You ain't got nothing to hide, Dr. Cotton. There's some people that got shit to hide. And so they do that, and it's like.
But you know what? This is what I believe. I think that if you know deep down inside that you have something to offer, you may not have everything that you want, but you do have something to offer someone in a relationship. If you come true with that, then that person can accept you for who you are and you grow and build. Absolutely. Nobody is super great in the very beginning. And the crazy thing is that people are always trying to make themselves seem like they're bigger than what they are.
Right.
A little humble pie goes a long way.
Yeah.
Just being humble and having some humility goes a long way. We don't have to always try to outdo one. Like I can't stand when people are trying to up somebody else. Like, what are you doing? You wasting time. Yeah. So you wasting time because you're trying to make yourself look bigger or better than what you really are. And then the other person is wasting time because they don't want you to outdo them. So what's the purpose? Just be you. If you don't know how to be you, then there's a problem. And when you get into these apps, when you get into these dating sites, I got a crazy story to tell you. One night, me and one of my friends, we were out and I had to go meet a young lady that's like a daughter. And we were at Starbucks. And so we're at Starbucks and drinking coffee. I don't know what was I thinking, but drinking some coffee. And then afterwards, when I went home, I couldn't go to sleep. So I'm thinking, what in the world is happening here? So the next morning when I got up, I called my friend that was with me that night. And I asked her, I said, man, I couldn't go to sleep last night. She said the same. She said, I couldn't go to sleep either. I don't know what it was, but she got on some of these dating sites. And started talking to these different people on there. Like as soon as she got on, she had like 21 people reach out. They said, well, who are you talking to at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Right.
Like that's craziness to me. But she did. And then the crazy thing is that some of the people that was talking to her or whatever, they might have been great people. But one of the people that showed up was a person that he was about 5'5", and about 300 some pounds. I don't know. I never asked her what the
person was. Did you say 300?
About 300.
3 bills.
Yeah. So, but they get on there and the conversation is great and all that, and they're really good friends and hang out. But he wanted more, and she was like, "Well, no, I'm not. I can't do that because that's not." She wasn't attracted to him in that way. Yeah. And so then he gets upset. And so it's like you're doing things or you're on these sites. And if you're not being honest about who you are, like your picture, your profile needs to really be you. So people will know what they're getting. Like, don't surprise a person that when they see you in person, that your profile picture is your picture from 2 decades ago.
Yeah.
You look nothing like your profile picture. So now you got people wondering, like, why are you catfishing me? Because this is not who I thought I was getting. But I think people have to learn how to be comfortable with yourself, love yourself.
Yeah, Jill said women love the man. They say things are cool because they plan on fixing you. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. They think things are cool because they plan on fixing you.
You can't fix nobody. No.
The that's probably been a good 80% of people that I've dated. You know, like I was saying earlier, I was telling Woody earlier, you know, women, they would say one thing or whatever, maybe something they think I want to hear. And then maybe when we get to that point where we sleep together, you know, everything changes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
They think that a piece of ass is going to make you want to change.
let me say this to all of you women out here thinking that your body is what is going to get you your man. If your brain don't work, nothing else works. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you got to know that you're solid, and you got to know that the guy is solid, and vice versa. So the fact that you think that you want to get somebody, and I just said this to somebody the other day, I'm not going to date you to change anything about you, because if I'm dating you or going out with you or hanging out with you, whatever, and why I'm with you is because of what I see.
Right.
Now, if you decide to switch up on me,
right,
then I know that who you showed up as in the very beginning was not really you.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to sit here, and I'm not interested. We grown people. I'm not interested in telling no grown person what to do. I don't need you to do anything but be really who you are, so that I can learn or understand if I want to deal with that. Part of the problem is we get in these relationships and we want people to act a certain way. We give them certain signals of what we think or how we feel to make them feel good. And then when people are always saying, oh, you need to ask this question, you need to, no, if I'm asking you questions, a lot of times you may be just jeffing me. So you're not even probably being truthful and honest. So if I allow you to just be you, whoever you really are is going to show up. Exactly. So now I can deal with that person. But I'm not going to go through a whole bunch of changes trying to make sure that you are who you are and all that. I think we got to stop and get out of our head that we can change a person. No, you can't change people. They got to want to do something. And when a person loves you truly for who you are, they automatically change, especially when they know that the change will benefit not just them, but both of you. Mutual parties end up saying, okay, let's do this. I want to do something differently. I don't want to live life like this. I want to be able to have a better relationship than what I had before. And I've learned lessons in my old relationship. You know, a couple of shows ago when Woody said he was married 100 years and couldn't get nothing done. He get married and in 2 years he got a whole house and all these other things happening. But guess what? It took someone that understood and accepted him for who he was, not trying to change him, not trying to make him do something, but was able to gel. And you have your differences.
So what do you say about those though that do play like that? They act like they accept it. They act like they, you know, accepted who you are. And what? Go ahead, Woody.
So Dr. Cotton said something a while ago. Is that
hold on? Did y'all just hold on? What happened to my question first?
I know what your question is, and what I'm about to hit. Trust me, I can read your mind. What I'm about to hit on is we family, cuz I already know. So what I'm about to hit on is I'm gonna let you know exactly. So Dr. Cotton, you hit on something. One thing that you said is that you have to be okay with yourself. That's part of the problem. Is that there are people that are so desperate for a relationship that they will try anything and do anything to get it. So part of the problem is, Fuel, to hit to your question, apparently that young lady that you were talking to was not okay with herself. She was not okay with the fact that she may end up being single, or she's not okay with being by herself. There are people that are so desperate to get in relationships that they will lie, they will steal, they will cheat, they will do whatever the hell they can to get in a relationship, and even think that they can change you. So what I'm gonna tell you, like my profile, I had a profile up on Tinder, okay, and it was me, and I didn't lie about anything. My very first couple of lines in my Tinder profile was, I am a single father.
Right.
if you can't deal with that, and my son will always come first, then just move by my profile. And believe it or not, I literally got messages from women that wouldn't mess with me because like I was telling Phil earlier, there was women that wouldn't mess with me because I was a single father.
I was surprised when you told me
that. They expect people to deal with single mothers all the time, so the double standard is there.
No, I'm surprised though, because I've got the opposite though, because of the fact when I was raising my daughter here, it was kind of like a sweet thing. Everybody loved it. You know, women loved it because of the fact they just kind of figured the genuine type of person that I was, you know, or the type of hearted person I was by taking over and raising my daughter at the time or whatever. So I got the opposite of that. But then again, you was back in 27, but how long?
2017.
Yeah, 2017. So
yeah, like I was saying, so it comes down to I was dead ass when I put that on there. If you wasn't effing with me, then just keep moving, keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have time for none of that. But what made me be able to do that was the fact that I would be okay being by myself.
Yeah,
I would be happy being by me and my son. It would be cool, and it wouldn't bother me. But there are so many people that are desperate for a relationship and will lie and do whatever. And I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah, everybody is not comfortable, and that's the whole thing. I had one of my friends who was mad at me because I wouldn't, I guess, comply, and he called me a super single, and I should have a platinum card because I'm single. And I said, well, look, you hating, I'm not. You know, I'm good with who I am, and so because I won't lower my standards because somebody wants me to, that's not about to happen. And this is the, you know, part of the problem with women. I think a lot of times when you are a single woman, or you just came out of a bad relationship, or you're divorced and you've been divorced a little bit, if you're used to dating, this is how I look at things. I grew up, I wasn't a dater, so I wasn't dating in high school and all that stuff. I have a sibling that did. Well, all of my siblings dated in high school. So they were used to having relationships. That was a big thing for them, to be and have relationships. For me, it wasn't, because I was focused on career, job, all of those things at a young age because of what I did. So the relationship piece wasn't a big deal. And then as I got older and I have children, and then I'm a single mother again, the relationship is not a huge deal because I've learned to have discipline with myself. And now you're going to hang out with people. You're going to date people. Hopefully you're dating people that have some honor and integrity, but you still got to be good with you. Nobody wants to show up and be dealing with somebody crazy and going through a lot of drama and chaos. That is not living. That's called just existing. And so now you're existing and not living. And then all your crazy, you want to put on somebody else. No, be happy with you. Because I can tell you, if you're waking up every morning looking for somebody to entertain you, it is not going to happen. That's not our job.
So you understood that a relationship was an enhancement, not a necessity.
It's an enhancement. So when you get married, it's not a necessity. It's an enhancement. Exactly. The Bible says that a man that finds a good wife finds a good thing. He is favored. Okay. Men and women were never meant to be by themselves. But if you got to live in your singleness, be happy about it. Quit making it like it's a humdrum thing, like it's the worst thing to ever happen. No, sometimes you got to be set apart, so that whatever you need to figure out about you, you can focus on that. And while you're focusing on that and doing your due diligence, God will slip somebody right in there that's a perfect fit for you, that has the mentality, that has that right attitude, that can cover you, that can lead you. Women need strong men that can lead us, especially, you know, alpha women.
Okay,
we need strong men.
Hold on, check this out. Okay, because and I get exactly where you're coming from with that, but like we said, how technology is basically has defining how dating is. the things that you're speaking of, as well as is the, I would say, the old school way, because that's how, you know, women would be and think. But the women of today are career oriented. That, you know, they're focused on their careers. They're focusing on getting a degree. They focus on all these things where they've now focused on, unless I have a man that's has, you know, either more, whether I have equal to me or more, is the only way that I'm going to date that person or be with that person. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to have recognizing a man that's there for you as your provider, as a protector, as a, you know, to security or whatever, for a family or whatever the case would be. It's changed in this perspective. Do y'all agree or disagree?
Yeah. So y'all remember the movie New Jack City? That's how them women are, New Jacks, because they're thinking like men. That's how men think. A lot of that, you know, because some of them have whatever they have. Now they kind of want to look for women that can do the same thing. Women are doing it because a lot of times women end up having a man that sometimes don't have or not on the same level. But instead of a woman learning that if you can motivate yourself and you can speak life over yourself to do great things, if you with a man and you see he has potential, why don't you take the time to help him cultivate what he needs to do? Everybody's not growing up in a household where your parents are speaking life over you, where your parents are giving you good instructions on how and what to do. Everybody's not having the chance that, you know, they in the hood. So now I'm in the hood. All I'm seeing is things that go down and what the repetition.
But do the women have time for that? That's the thing. Let me
tell you something. People make time for what they want to make time for.
What I'm saying is, if, I mean, I'm just saying, if their mentality is focused on career, being a boss woman, being all that or whatever, do you think that really they're going to have time for a person, you know what I'm saying, that's basically to focus on a real relationship?
Once again, it's like what I just said. Women want a man that is going to enhance them, not weigh them down.
Yeah.
Who wants to be an anchor? Don't nobody want an anchor.
Right.
They want somebody that's going to enhance them. And just like Dr. Cotton said, if you're that man that's going to be the enhancement, they will make time for you.
What I'm saying is you can't enhance someone if they feel like they better than you. They feel like they're more to you. If they have to know where the enhancement we need to work from that person to them. You know,
that's not your person, cuz.
Right, I know that. I'm not saying for example. I'm just saying because of the way that dating is now, the way that what women look for these days. That's why I'm glad I have Dr. Cotton on here, because just in case I'm wrong, you know, you can correct me on it. But the way that things that society has put out there as the women being career goals and all of that type of thing or whatever, and being a boss person or whatever, you know, has taken away from or understanding from them as to what they really want when they want a relationship. You know, like most of them that wants the guys that's equal or making more than them or whatever is probably a guy that ain't no good for them. You know what I'm saying? Because that person.
But you can't. But see, this is the thing. So we don't go back a little bit. Back in the day, like during our grandparents and great grandparents' time, you know, men were the ones that, you know, had the good jobs, could go to work. And then our grandmothers, our great grandmothers sat at home for the most part, raised the kids, did all the little community stuff. Those that went to work, but them and the family, the husband and the wife worked together for the things that they wanted to do. Any goals that they had set, they worked towards that. You know, now as we keep moving, we're having these babies and now the babies are growing up, and what is increasing the things that women do and why they do it and why they act the way they do is what is being shown on TV.
Right.
So when you're being shown that in order for society to accept you, you need to look a certain way, you need to act a certain way, you need to do certain things. A man needs to do this, this, and this. There are some women that are boss women, will always be boss women, but they don't necessarily need a boss man. They really need a man at home that when she comes home, she don't have to be the boss.
Right.
Because what people don't understand, for me, as a person always having a job that deals with top level management, I got 200 employees. Sometimes I don't want to be a boss when I come home. I want to be able to sit down, and if I don't want to talk, I don't want to talk. If I want to have a conversation, that it doesn't have to do with anything other than, hey, what's going on? How you doing? And that's it.
Ask you this: is that the man that you, not to say you looking for, but if that man was the one to come across, that's the man that you would probably most likely.
Yeah, so look, my thing is this: we always have needs. If you think about it, everybody got a need and a want.
Exactly.
So you got to ask yourself if what you think you need is really what you want. And if what you think you need is really what you want, then more than likely you end up with somebody that you never should have had a conversation with. Because at the end of the day, sometimes what we want is not what we need. And so God will, in his own little sly way, send you exactly what you need. And although you want him to be fine and you want him to have a degree, you want him to have all of these things, but there's a lot of other stuff he don't have that you need. He don't know how to open a door. He don't know how to comfort you when you're going through. He don't know how to, assure you that whatever is happening is going to be okay. He don't know how to be a father. He has no clue of what being a man is because he's never seen a man. But he's fine. He got some money in his pocket. He drive a nice car, but he don't have any other qualities that you really need as a woman to lead your home, to be the head of your house, and then to make sure that whatever you trying to do, that you're getting it done. And it ain't about him. It's too many guys out here for me think that they the prize. You're not the prize. You're not the prize, because half of the time you're not coming home cooking. You're not cleaning. You're not washing no clothes.
Right.
You ain't getting no kids off to school. A lot of things you're not doing. So you got to realize that, hey, whatever it is, whatever I want may not be what I really need. And when what I really need is somebody that understands me and allows me to be me, and we can gel together and build. I don't need nobody trying to tell me, oh, I need you to do this and I need you to. When I was engaged, this fool told me, and excuse me because I did say fool, but I was a licensed beautician, so I cut my boy's hair all the time, and so I cut his hair. And then he was trying to make it like that was a part of my job, to cut his hair every week. And then he had the nerve to say he wanted a pedicure. I said, yeah, he crazy. Because if I'm not doing my own pedicure, I'm definitely not doing yours. So you need to go somewhere where they do that. But it was because of who I am and how I was raised and all of this stuff that he thought that he was about to come up and now he's going to have somebody cater to him. No,
right.
We're not doing that. If we can't do for each other, don't look for me to do all of that. Like you got to be out of your mind. But that's the thing. We pick the wrong. Sometimes we pick the wrong people because of what we want.
So
I picked up something like late in a relationship that I had, and I didn't realize it up until like maybe it was close to our end relationship of what this person really wanted just because of the reaction that they've gotten when it happened. And although this is the person that I've always been, but they never really got to see that part because we was never in a predicament or situation for them to see it. And that was, I think I went into the store and some guy came up to the window, and I don't know if he was like homeless or whatever, or was begging or whatever, but I'm in the store and I'm looking out or whatever. And I see him going up to the car, and I hurry up and come out there and be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? I cursed, and made him leave or whatever. And I probably had gotten the most gratitude or the what's the word?
Most appreciation.
Appreciation. That's what word. That's the most appreciation that I ever gotten in a woman because of the fact that I protected her.
Yeah.
She was like, and yeah, and it was kind of like I was like, well, I was always a protector, but I never been in a position. But when it actually happened, you could see how grateful she was of me. You know
And
what I mean? This was
that's
something
the
that,
key.
but this was something that happened like when we were close to basically ending the relationship, though. You know,
Right.
and a part of me was more so like, well, dang, maybe she's seen this with me earlier. Maybe she'd understand the man that I am or whatever. We probably would have.
But if nothing warrants, so this is the thing: if nothing warrants for you to have to be a protective, then that's something the person's not going to see. Like you're not walking around trying to protect her, make sure she don't fall over nothing, and all of that. You know,
could that have been a thing? Say, do women actually do that though? To where even though, like I said, that situation never came up, do they still kind of look for that create that?
Women are looking for men that they can trust. They're looking for men with integrity. They're looking for men that can protect him. Because I have a thing about, you know, and y'all don't be mad at me, but I have a thing about petite men. If you thin and you don't weigh more than I do, there is nothing that you can do for me because I'm gonna be the one fighting while you sitting there trying to figure it out. So there's just certain things for me that has to be. But women want men that they know that if something goes down, I don't have to worry about it. He got me. And a real woman, when she sees that, when he's going down with whatever, she going down too, because she ain't gonna let him be in it by herself. But women want a man they can trust, one that's honest, one that has integrity. And look, honest to the point that sometimes you don't want to hear it. You know, honest, because if you're honest with me and I'm honest with you, I can move past some things that I may not like, but I can't move past it if you're not being honest about something that you're doing that is not right.
Right.
So if you're honest with me about something that it's a mistake or whatever the case, or it happened, then just tell me. Now let me choose, because what I don't like is for people to do stuff and they don't want to tell you. So now they're basically making the choice to keep you in something that you really are not agreeing to.
Right.
So yeah, let me say something real quick. So just like Dr. Cotton just said, you're attracted to what you're attracted to. There's somebody for everybody out there. That's what people don't understand is that, and I'm going to honestly say that, feel like what you said about, you know, boss women and all this other stuff.
Right.
I kind of feel like that's got over popularized in the social media and in media.
True,
because my thing is I promise you, these so-called boss women would just want somebody to come up and talk to them.
Yeah.
But they won't, because people have this preconceived notion in their head that, oh man, this a boss bee, man. She ain't gonna want to mess with me because I work at Walgreens and CVS. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like really good looking women that nobody really goes up to and even shoot they shot at.
But that's a man not confident in himself, though, too.
Exactly. But that's a lot of men are like that.
If you
they have a built-in excuse, which is, oh man, she was gonna reject me anyway. But did you try, my guy?
Yeah, and if you're not confident in yourself, then yeah, you're gonna always get turned down. You're always gonna get, intimidated by
but
whoever.
Unfortunately, that's this generation we in. It's a lot of guys that just have zero confidence. They ain't got no game.
Right. Well, I think a lot of guys too. When you look at it, there's so many men. What I'm finding out, there's a lot of men that's walking around with a lot of pain. They got a lot of trauma. I ain't never seen so much trauma in my life. I see a lot of guys with trauma. You'd be like, what in the world? But they have a lot of trauma. And so until, a man can actually take ownership and heal and want to be healed and then get into a relationship. But it's, I don't do chaos and crazy. I don't do none of that.
So Dr. Cotton, you need to go back and check out some of our previous shows.
Yeah.
Because that's one of my biggest things is that if you're not okay as yourself or by yourself as a man, as a single, you will never be okay as a couple.
Exactly.
Or you will never, ever, ever be okay. You have to fix yourself first.
Right. Are you relationship material? What is relationship material in your eyes, Dr. Cotton?
Relationship material. I think you have to, well, again, one is you knowing that you're ready for a relationship, not getting into one because all your friends are in one,
Right.
or it just looks nice to have somebody. But
Because it's lonely or it's cuffing season. It's a little cold outside.
right. But just are you ready for one? And being ready for one means are you, as for a woman, are you ready to submit to a man that you're in a relationship with, meaning you don't have to try to control everything.
Right.
You're not the one that's trying to make sure that all the I's and T's are done the way they're supposed to. You can allow him to lead you, and sometimes he may lead wrong, but you still be supportive of him. And then you got to know what you want and don't want. And as people, mature people, you've dated a lot, so you know what you like and don't like. And if you see something that you think you don't like, then okay. We have quirks about ourselves when we're young. Oh, I want this person to have this. I want this. I want that. But as you get older and you mature and you've dated enough, you realize some of the things you were bugging out about back then really are not a big deal now. So the real question is, can you handle those things that may frustrate you? Do you have the grace to allow somebody to be them, even when it's irritating, and still be able to smile, laugh, say, I love you, and at the end of the night, hug and kiss on each other and keep it moving and wake up the next day and start all over? You got to be ready. I'm relationship material. I'm wife material. So there's some things that I just don't do.
What makes you wifey material?
Because I understand relationships. I understand what my role is. I understand what the role is of a man. I've had the pleasure and honor to have good men and women in my life, not just my parents and family members that's been married for 100 years, but other friends and family that have been married for a long time. And you grow up with a certain foundation and a certain morals and values that you have. I do certain things that a lot of these other women don't do. Some people don't know how to cook. They don't know how to clean. These are things that we're not taught them. They don't know how to really take care of a home, whether it's their home or somebody else's home. So there's a lot of things that you have to know that, okay, what am I bringing to the table? I may not have the biggest check, but what else can I do to make our life easy? What else can I do to add value? Am I adding value to the person that I'm with? Am I interested in what they're doing? You said park it right there. Okay,
not park it right there. But you just hit a point or whatever, adding value to the relationship.
And that's the thing.
And on both ends, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, if you're not adding value to the relationship, what are you guys doing? What is it that you're actually, trying to accomplish? If you're trying to accomplish anything. And if you can't have that or whatever, then you're really not having a relationship. You're just going through the moments, through the emotions or whatever, and not really focusing on what our real future can be. If you was using you for
Look, Dr. Cotton, these questions is mad personal. I'm gonna need dude to like, he need to call you on the side or something.
No, we on some relationship stuff today. That's it. And isn't that what our show's about? Social, mental health, relationships, and entertainment. We on relationships today, so that's what we talking about. And
advice for fuel.
But this is the
so what?
This is when you in a relationship again. When you're in a relationship, so say you're doing everything you need to do, you're successful on your own, like you got yourself together, and it doesn't have to be super success, but you just had some real good wins in your life.
Right.
So you're still trying to create wins. You don't want to be with someone that can't help you create wins. You don't want to be with someone that's going to be mad because you're winning.
Once again, you don't want an anchor.
You want a cheerleader. You don't want an anchor. You want somebody that is going to move you forward and not weigh you down. Because as they say, I can do bad by my damn self. Yeah, right. but a lot of people think, okay, this is my theory about being in intimate relationships before you get married or before you get engaged, and because people are gonna do what they want to do.
Right.
But I think a lot of times when you venture into physical relationships with a person, you become extremely emotional.
Mm-hmm.
You get very emotional because now you have this physical thing that you've encountered, intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Now you into me to see what's going to happen next. And every time you enter me to see, my emotions get closer and draws nearer to you. So now I'm connected to you emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, because I have an emotional connection to you, I'm thinking that connection is going to do something that makes you think that I'm just this super person, but I'm not adding value to you.
Mm.
People forget intimacy is not value.
Exactly.
But they use it as it is and use it as it's a tool, like, oh, well, I'm giving you this in me, but you're not adding value to me.
Well, some people do. Some people use that, and don't take this the wrong way, but some people use that as a currency.
And they do. And you know why? Because they learned how to be trick-or-treaters.
Exactly.
So what do trick-or-treaters do? They go out and trick all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you learn this and people show you this and they tell you it's okay, this is why I never think about any looking good or what my parents did, because it's really an act of what my parents did. So people have said to me, if I look like you, I would do this. Then you'd probably be a whore, because
most definitely, yeah,
that's how you looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
That is not my thing. So I don't get excited when people give compliments. I'm gonna tell my parents, because that's them, the two jokers that actually did this. I didn't have nothing to do with it. Now I'm maintaining it, but I have nothing to do with it. So I can't get hyped off of you because you hyped off of the way I look. Because all you're telling me, you're a surface person. So your surface, everything you're looking at is on the surface. So when we get real deep and I want to have them super deep conversations you can't have with me because you still stand on the surface, then that's a problem for you and it's a problem for me.
Right.
So are you adding value to me or not? No, because there are some, I don't know everything. So I like to have somebody that has some intelligence, somebody that has been somewhere, a little worldly, you've traveled, you've done a lot of things. So if that is who I am, I would never and should not ever be married or dating someone that has not done or have experienced something similar to what I have. We settle. But again, if I give you my intimacy to me, and I think that I'm adding value to you because that's what I'm giving you. And then the reality is that is only a pacifier. It's not going to do what it needs to do to walk us into a true relationship. So I'm not giving you anything that is going to help you move forward. I'm just doing something to occupy your time. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And my relationship,
are you?
No, I don't know. I don't. The more and more, the longer and longer. I don't know. The longer
he needs your help. He needs your help, Dr. Cotton.
No, seriously. The longer I'm single, I be one, because even when trying to be in a relationship, I even like now, because I've been single so long, the way I keep my house, the way I keep things or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It starts to, I get in my head of, if somebody stayed with me, they have to have something here. They got to have that there. They're going to do this there or whatever. I don't know if it's because I just been single for so long to the point where that's starting to bother me, or I just haven't came across the right person.
You haven't come across the right person. I'm going to tell you, I've been single a long time, but I have allowed somebody to come in my space. You can't live with me or nothing, but when you come to visit, I really try to allow the person to just relax and chill, just so I can see if I can take it. Because there's sometimes a person can be in your space and it will irritate you. But then there's times when you're trying to get to know a person, you let them in your space so you can see how they move.
So
And
what
if
if he leave his shoes or his toothbrush or his jacket in your closet, or always something that you see?
But first of all, you're not leaving none of that, and we're not in a real relationship. That's the first thing.
That's what I mean. If y'all no, that's my point though. That's if you're in a relationship with a person, right? And y'all in a relationship, he leaves this jacket. Do you get uncomfortable, or not say much uncomfortable but do you feel a certain way, like crowding your space or something like that, or whatever? Feel like that person may be getting too comfortable or being around you because you because they leaving something, like if it's a toothbrush or a jacket, or shoes or something like that.
No, you put this stuff in another bedroom. You don't leave it in your room. You put it in another bedroom or another bathroom. You don't leave it in your space. You put it someplace
storage when you get back.
So when they come over, be like, "Yeah, your stuff is in that room. Not in this room here."
But I've had where a woman may like leave something just to kind of like mark their territory. So
yeah, well, people do that all the time. This is the thing. If you're really in a relationship with a person, and that person is visiting you and you're visiting them, it is not going to bother you when you're getting to know the person, because half of the time you're not even going to pay attention to the stuff that's there. But if you're dealing with a person and you're not digging them, and you still in the ups and wondering if this is my person or not, then yeah, it's going to be some irritation, because you know that they're doing it on purpose. You feel that they're doing it on purpose. They're leaving it here. So if somebody else come by, that they'll be asking you, why do you have this here? Or whose is this? First of all, ain't nobody checking for me like that, and not even you.
Right.
No, so you can only leave something in my house if we are absolutely exclusive. Other than that, when you go, your stuff go. And if you gone and you don't want to come get it, it's going to the trash.
Gotcha.
Because I'm not. Yeah.
I got a dear brother and sister question.
Okay.
It's because it's been weighing on my mind for a long time. I think Woody, he might know what this question. Well, I think we talked about it, but not on air. But here it is, dear brothers and sisters, you guys. If the person you're dating doesn't tell you it's their birthday until the day after or the day of, is it a red flag? Stop, Woody.
Look,
is it? This is
so this is the thing. When you're just now getting to know a person and you haven't exchanged a lot of pleasantries about one's personal self, like you didn't ask when's your birthday, all of that. If a person comes back and tell me, my birthday was yesterday, I'm okay. Well, happy belated birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
There's nothing for me to get upset about, because it's your birthday. You do what you want to do. If you don't want to say nothing, you don't want to say. If you said after the fact, then okay, it's after the fact. But if we've never had the dialogue and conversation about it way before your birthday came, then there's nothing for me. It's not a red flag, because
it's not odd to not tell somebody, especially when you dating them or you asking that person. It's not odd to not say nothing, like my birthday's coming up this week or next week or nothing.
No, because first of all, when people do that to me, and see this, I'm just different.
They're expecting a gift.
They want you to do something. See, that's the whole thing. If we're in conversation and I say, hey, we're talking, just having general conversation, and I say, hey, when's your birthday? And you tell me, now your birthday comes up, and if I don't acknowledge and say, hey, happy birthday, it's one thing.
Right.
But if we never have the conversation and I don't know it's your birthday, and then you tell me after the fact, there's nothing for me to do but say happy belated birthday. Let's go have a meal.
Let me set this up a different way. No, it's The one I don't really take it personal, but I'm asking because I like to have someone else's perspective of, that I could be, wrong or I could be right. You know what I'm
So
saying?
how you feeling?
It's just
How,
yeah. So
how do you feel about it? It's a red flag for you?
so listen. Well, if you
Yes or no, fuel is a red flag.
hush, if you dated somebody, right, and that person went, or not the fact that that person went out kicking it with the girls or did whatever, you know what I'm saying, that weekend, although they were celebrating something else or whatever, and then the day of their birthday come, oh, my birthday was yesterday, and this was on the weekend, you and your girls was all kicking. You know what I mean? And you never mentioned it at all before until the next day. You never missed till the next day, but yet y'all kicked it all weekend or whatever. And not to say, but tell me, hey, well, my friends didn't even know my birthday or whatever, but they celebrated and brought me whatever, blah, 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 whatever. You know what I mean? Would you or would you not think something different of that?
No, because and so I'm
because I want to make sure that
because I'm the kind of person that people. I have been doing things on my birthday and people didn't know it was my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on set working and people didn't know that it was my birthday. When they found out it was my birthday, we about ready to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Hey, why you didn't say what? It's just another day for me."
I'm talking about somebody that you're with, though.
Anybody that I'm. So the first thing is anybody that I'm with. I don't make a big deal out of my birthday. I would, if they ask me what my birthday is, I tell them. If they don't ask, no big deal to me. I'm not going to tell them. If my birthday come and go, and they say, "When your birthday?" and then I tell them, they say, "Well, why you didn't tell me? For what?" It's another day for me. I'm not looking for that. See, I'm not thirsty. That's the whole thing. Right. I'm not thirsty for anything. I don't need somebody to just always give.
Yeah.
My birthday.
Are you really with somebody if they don't tell you it's their birthday?
Hello.
Are you what?
Are you really with them if they didn't tell you it's their birthday?
What do you mean? Or is that a question or is that a...
Yes, it's a question to you. Are you really with them if they didn't tell you that it's their birthday?
Does it really matter that she didn't tell you until afterwards?
It mattered what they did on their birthday and around,
I'm gonna need you to get your life together.
Let me say, look, Fuel got issues. I'm gonna need,
because I respect this young lady and she's a great lady. So I'm not saying that, but I'm just getting other people's points and just like, because Mom said it could be maybe they didn't want to make a big deal about it if you're new to dating that person.
Hello.
So,
but the thing is this.
Okay, everybody. I'm not.
But look, let me say this. There's a lot of times that you can be in a relationship or dating or getting to know a person. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things you're not going to know. Sometimes you just don't want to know. Mm-hmm. So when there's little things that happen, I tell people don't miss the best part of a person because you're tripping off of something small. Mm-hmm. You can miss your moment with someone that can add value to you because you're stuck on something small. Right. I just had a person tell me that, actions and communication is their biggest thing. So communicating, somebody giving them kudos, somebody always asking them questions about themselves. Well, that's an arrogant person to me, for real. Yeah. If you want me to keep talking about you and asking you questions about how's your day, what is this, what is that, then you want it to be about you. I'm not into people like that. I ain't even into myself like that. So if I ask you a question pertaining to, hey, how's the day, what's going on, I don't think every day I need to go through the same thing. So if you need that all the time, then you got to step back and look at yourself and say, what's going on with me that I got to have this in order for me to feel a certain way. When you're getting to know somebody, just get to know them. Let them do them, because then you're seeing who she really is. She didn't make a big deal out of her birthday. She was hanging to do something with somebody else, with her girls. They had a good time. She didn't even tell them. Whoever found out, blew it, told it. They still celebrated her, even though they were there for somebody else.
And that's exactly what with what Mom's just said about, you know, it not being a big deal if you're dating that person. So just for disclosure, I just want them, because I know this person might be watching too.
Girl, I feel sorry for you.
No. We're not even dating no more. But I'm just saying that it was just a thing. You know, you just have some things that you want to get other perspective, you know, from other people, for people like our show. And that was one of the things. But I just wanted to make sure, because I didn't want it to be embarrassing. I didn't want to make it an issue to the point where, you know, when we get through with the show, then they calling me talking about blah, blah, blah. Why you talking about me? Blah. You know what I'm saying? It's just
not a red flag, Phil. Not a red flag.
Yeah. And that's what, and I appreciate, that's what I'm saying. I appreciate everybody's input on that. That's what the show is for. You know what I mean? So, and
I think it shows you that she's not a person. She's not a person when
that's basically what she's not a person of material. She's not.
Yeah, and that's a good quality.
And then she also said too, it was they, you know how now I might be saying too much. I better not say. Well, certain cultures, don't know exact day of their birthday. Yeah. And they celebrate, and there's actually 2 different days.
Exactly.
Like back to back, they don't know which for sure. So which I do know of, and I was respectful of that as well. You know what I'm saying? So, but still, I just thought it would be a good conversation piece, you know, and most respect to that person if they watching or whatever, you know what I mean? Anywho. Hey, thanks for coming in, Rhonda. An hour late. No, I'm just kidding.
Last weekend,
Fuel was lost. Fuel was lost. Thanks for coming in.
No, I wasn't lost. Our power went off again.
Oh,
yeah, for a second.
Having weather.
Huh?
Having weather issues.
No, it's not even weather issue. I think I'm gonna have to talk to my guy that owns this building and or this house or whatever, and have him look at the circuit.
Yeah,
because it's only this room that it happens in, so I don't know. I think I can figure that out. But other than that, I mean, it was cool. Everything is good. Everything is good. Shouts out to Courtney.
Courtney.
You know what I mean? Shout out to you. Hope everything's going well. You said she's in Kentucky, right?
Yeah. So the company that I work with doing movies, they are in Kentucky right now. So Courtney's there doing her AD thing.
Oh, okay.
They're in Kentucky. They'll be there for a couple of weeks.
Nice.
And so that's good. We had a film festival here in the DMV, Prince George's County Film Festival, that had a lot of people that came out. Look, they did a premiere on this movie called Albany Road. So I want you all to go see that. That is a dynamic movie. It's directed by Kristen Swanson and produced by her husband, Michael Swanson, and her. And so it's a real good movie called Albany Road. So go and check that out. And then we have a movie in theaters now called Lost Holiday with Jesse Smollett. So it's in the AMC theaters.
Hold on, it's out now?
It's out now.
What's it called?
It's called Lost Holiday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can go out and check that out. We have that out.
I don't have any AMC theaters around here.
Y'all don't?
No, not in San Antonio, and not. I think there's one in the San Antonio, Austin area.
Oh,
wow.
The rest of them they're like Alamo Draft House.
I like the Alamos.
Yeah, there's a couple of other ones, and trust me, a lot of movies premiere in Austin all the time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, so that's what's going on. I just won screenplay, best screenplay for
congratulations.
For the Los Angeles Independent Film Festival. Me, my writing partner, Renee Green, and Natalie Meza for the script is called Granny Has a Gambling Problem.
Oh, okay.
It's real good, you know, funny script.
That wasn't in detail. Granny has a gambling problem. I don't think I got to see that one. I see that at the casino every.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So that's it. Getting ready for. I'll be. So when I come on probably in a couple of weeks, I'll be in North Carolina filming. So I'm gonna get on while I'm there. Take y'all around on the set.
They gotta fix that flood stuff there.
Yeah, that's in Asheville. So it's bad. It's a couple of people we know that, you know, their families were there, so they have gone down to try to help. But yeah, it's bad, you know, and I think the people have to rethink, you know, when the weather changes and things are happening, you got to figure that out.
I don't understand how when they tell you something's coming and people just don't want to leave. I'm like we live in a time now with climate change that these things are getting more frequent and they're worse. And people, damn it, just leave.
But they have an attachment. And then some people, the reality is true. They don't have a place to go. So a lot of times people that are staying are people that don't have other family in other places where they can actually get out and just leave.
I definitely get it.
So, you know,
I think it has to be, especially when something like that is going on, that's happened, especially more than once in your city or in your state, that you should have some sort of emergency contact for those, you know, people that don't have ways, the older people that can't get out, the older ones. Because some of them don't leave, they don't either have a car, they don't have, you know what I'm saying, certain ways of moving, and you knowing that they there. So it should be like some sort of hotline to letting people know, hey, I need to get out at this, you know, this is going on or whatever. At such an address. Can y'all get someone to get me out and at least know that I'm here? You know what I mean? Type of thing. They need something like that. I need to put something in place. As a matter of fact, I think I just created something and I'm going to put it into work. So, I'm about to make millions anyway. But that is exactly what they need.
They do, because you have a lot of.
They have it. It's just people don't pay attention.
No, they don't. They have it, but obviously it's not. Like for instance, when you see stuff on TV that, you know, these people didn't probably call the hotline because they didn't know what hotline to call.
They don't know. They don't know you can dial 311 or
you know what I'm saying. It's like, but is it advertised? Is it pushed at the time of those emergencies? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be the question.
Exactly. Yeah. So great show, you guys. Man, we went 2 hours again. I love it. Hey,
I swear I'm trying to get this down to an hour. This dude is.
Once again, anyway, once again, I'm going to give my condolences to Fat Boy and his family. His brother just passed away, and man, you know, our prayers is with you, bro. You know what I mean? And hopefully see you next week, man. Anything you need, call us up. Let us know what's up. You know, of course, you know, I'm be talking to you anyway to find out what's going on or whatever. But our condolences go out to them, man. And yeah, hopefully we see them next week, you guys. That's going to do it for us, man. Got anything, Woody, before we leave?
Hey, once again, man, prayers, Fat Boy. You already know, man. If you need to hit me, you can hit me. Moms, prayers. You know, hey, come back when you're ready to come back. There's no rush. You know, take care of you. You already know, man. Hey, you in my prayers and in my heart. Love you, brother.
What's up?
Everybody that's watching, hey, just everybody tell somebody.
Yeah.
Let's just keep this going and keep it growing.
Exactly.
Dr. Cox, once again, thank you for appearing and helping Phil out with his relationship issues. I want to really thank you for that. You need to start charging this dude because he overstepped his bounds. But I love you.
For the record, it was not my relationship. I mean, the last part had something to do, but everything else wasn't. So
keep moving. All right, let's go.
Oh God.
Go ahead. What else, Rodney? You got anything else before we leave?
Look, be good to yourself, love yourself, and take care of yourself, because all you got is you. And at the end of the day, make sure you tell somebody that you love them. Everybody wants to know that they're loved, even if they're not in your family. The love goes a long way.
That's what's up. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us, man. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back, They behind you for a reason. Peace.
Just forget the parade and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today.
We should know this, man.
We say no!
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back,